Kevin, a lot of talk about, the defense and the improvements that you guys have talked about that you wanted to make. How would you assess the defensive performance overall in this one?
I think we played with a sense of urgency. I mean, we we made sure our technique was right and our schemes. I think we did a good job of forcing those guys off the 3 point line, and they threw it to Bam, who's an all star in the post, and he did his thing. Jeff and DJ made him shoot tough shots all night, and you got to live with those. And he's such a great player that he's gonna keep him in the game with his passing, his rebounding, and shot making. So I think overall we did a solid job. Duncan Robinson didn't get his loose. Maybe he got a few late, but he didn't get his loose. So I think we followed the game plan.
This feel out process, like with obviously yourself, Kyrie, James, other guys all getting involved. Just this second game where you guys have all been together. From your perspective, what is this feel out process like as you build trust?
Trust is already there. I think just the familiarity with each other is there already. We played with each other and know each other's games for the last decade. Um, it's just a matter of what plays we're gonna run at certain times, with lineups we're gonna have out there. I think both the coaches and the players are fine tuning everything. We're gonna have spurts where we play inconsistent, and it's just because we trying things, but for the most part, our minds and hearts are in the right place when we out there, and we're trying to take care of business every possession.
Bruce Beck with NBC New York.
Kevin, before the game, Steve said that he wanted to see 5 men show intelligence and passion. Do you think you saw that tonight?
For sure. Out there is half the battle, and I feel like a lot of guys, most of the guys on this team, well, everybody on this team knows how to play the right way, knows different schemes, have played in different philosophies on both ends of the floor. And it's about executing. I think tonight we did a good job. I mean, we were up 20 points. We were up 16-14 going into the fourth quarter, and so we were in good shape. But we got to put together 4 quarters of great basketball.
Brian Lewis with the New York Post.
Hey, Kevin, following up on you talked about coaches trying things and fine-tuning. After the last game, the sentiment was, hey, we don't need to tinker that much with scheme. It's more just guys have to individually defend better. After this game, I'm curious, were there changes in terms of a scheme, or was this just you guys played better on defensively individually?
Yeah, I mean, definitely your defense looks better when teams miss shots, and you got to give credit to the Cleveland team who knocked down shots on us, and then in the fourth quarter tonight, they made shots, sometimes over a hand, so you got to live with some of those things, and, it says the NBA, guys are pros, so we put ourselves in position to get stops, by contesting Bam in the mid-range, taking Duncan Robinson off the 3, Kelly Olynyk off the 3, so we went through the stuff that we were supposed to go through in film, and we went out there and executed. So we, for the most part, we did what we were supposed to do.
Greg Logan with Newsday.
Kevin, this was only the second full game for you guys together, you, Kyrie, and James. Even though James didn't get his usual amount of shots, do you find it almost shocking that you guys can play this well together so quickly, to the point where you guys combined to score every point in the fourth quarter?
No, I don't. It's not a surprise to me. I mean, we're veterans in this league. We've been through every situation so far, so we know how to handle that. And but for the most part, it's getting our teammates involved early on. Joe got going, Jeff got going. I think that's what we try to do to start the games. And if we're in a fourth quarter game, we got to go out there and be special and be who we are and make plays. And, but our whole team put us in position to go out there and execute in the fourth.
Malika Andrews with ESPN.
Kevin, scoring 20 points in all 13 games you've played in this season is the longest streak you've had like that in your career. Is there something about the looks you're getting, your teammates, that's lending itself to that sort of production?
I just feel like I'm getting more opportunities as each game goes on. I mean, coach is putting in different sets. He's, everybody plays with the pass here, and so guys are gonna get looks all game, especially if you play a lot of minutes. And it's on me to finish those shots, and I feel like I left a few shots on the table tonight that I wanted to make, but for the most part, I think I'm trying to be smart and efficient with my movements out there, and I think I could definitely get better, but I'm moving in the right direction.
Christian Winfield with the New York Daily News.
Hey, Kevin, I want to ask you about two moments in this game. The first happened in the second quarter, excuse me. I think TLC has the ball in the corner with Bam on him. You're clapping for the ball, and he takes Bam to the hoop, hits Joe Harris in the corner with the skip pass, and you kind of give him a high five on the way back. What does it tell you when you can call for the ball and you can still trust a guy like TLC or anybody else in the roster to make a play without needing you to kind of make it for him?
Yeah, I mean, when I see a guy in the corner maybe trapped and you know, somebody's forcing the base and using that sideline as a defender, I tried to give him an outlet, but TLC made a great play, driving base and kicking to our shooter in the corner. But I was just letting him know that I was there as an outlet for him if he needed it.
Last question, Tom Dowd with BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Kevin. Kyrie had 18 in the fourth tonight. I think he had a 12 out of 16 for you guys at one point. What did you see from him during that stretch when he kind of held off Miami?
I mean, we've seen how special and talented and hardworking Kyrie is. I mean, he works on all of those shots every day, and he comes in with that mentality that, you know, especially late in the games, you don't have to knock those down for us. So he's an all-world player. He's a great teammate. But when the ball's in his hands late in the game, our team is just so unpredictable because he can make the pass, he can score in the mid-range, score from the three-point area, get to the basket, and you got weapons around him. It makes it tough to guard. So we don't need that from him going forward. And, you know, he was phenomenal in the fourth.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.